Hey there, here are your top news stories from eWEEK. Today's topics include Nvidia's release of the Titan V GPU, why HBO chose Kubernetes to help stream Game of Thrones, Microsoft Windows gaining ground in the education market, and Cloudian's launch of HyperFile, an object storage-based NAS. Nvidia introduced last week at the conference on Neural Information Processing Systems in Long Beach, California, what officials are calling the most powerful GPU for PCs. The new Titan V with 21.1 billion transistors and the ability to deliver 110 teraflops of performance is aimed at scientists and researchers working on high-performance computing tasks such as simulations and artificial intelligence. The Titan V has 9 times the horsepower of its predecessor and is based on the same Volta architecture that is driving Tesla V100 server GPU accelerators. Our vision for Volta was to push the outer limits of high-performance computing and AI, said Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang, who added that with Titan V, Nvidia is putting Volta into the hands of researchers and scientists all over the world. At the KubeCon North America 2017 event on December 7th, engineers from HBO explained why they choose to use Kubernetes, an open-source container orchestration system developed by Google, to help stream the recent Game of Thrones Season 7 via the HBO Go streaming service. Season 7 of the popular show premiered this past summer. We went from running not a single service inside of a container to hosting all of Game of Thrones Season 7 with Kubernetes, said Ilya Chekarjan, senior staff engineer at HBO. The HBO Go streaming service is a mesh of different API services, all written in Node.js and the Go programming language. The challenge with streaming a highly anticipated weekly show is the demand spikes when a new show is released, Chekarjan said. We were underutilizing 50% of our CPUs, and yet we found that we were running out of all other resources. Over the past few years, schools and even some enterprises have been flocking to Chromebooks thanks to their affordable pricing and access to G Suite educational apps and approachable device management tools. However, Microsoft, which has been gaining share in the education market, unveiled low-price Windows 10 PCs to be released in January from hardware partners HP, Acer, and Lenovo at the BET show. With starting prices under $200, the devices can be managed by the teacher-friendly education edition of Intune, a cloud-based device and application management service. Youssef Madai, corporate vice president of the Microsoft Windows and Device Division, said in K-12 schools in the U.S. in the last year, Windows device share grew 4.3% on devices under $300 and 8.2% on devices over $300, as more and more schools are choosing Windows over competitive offerings. Cloudian launched on December 7th Cloudian HyperFile, an integrated network-attached storage controller that moves data inside server message block and network file system file access protocols to servers from on-premise Cloudian HyperStore object storage systems. Cloudian HyperFile is the first object storage-based system to include all the features essential to enterprise NAS customers, thus opening the door for deployment in capacity-intensive applications that employ file data. Object storage is a storage architecture that manages data as objects as opposed to other storage architectures such as file systems and block storage, which manages data as blocks within sectors and tracks. When combined with the limitless scalability of Cloudian HyperStore enterprise storage, organizations can gain new on-premise options for managing the tsunami of unstructured data. Thanks for watching. Follow the links on this page to learn more about the stories mentioned in this broadcast, and check back every weekday for another daily tech briefing from eWEEK.com.